Hey, Father, editing this.
We sailing, baby! Lake Country Train.
Welcome to the very first episode of Coastal Boy. I am Derek Jones, aka the Coastal Boy. For the past few years, I have been a professional photographer and videographer, but here lately, I have been looking for a change in my life. I don't know if I'm just hitting a midlife crisis in my mid-30s or what, but I want some adventures in my life. So I bought a 1979 MacGregor 25-foot sailboat. I plan to fix this thing up. It isn't in pretty rough shape. As you'll see through the clips I'm going to roll here in a little bit. So for the next few months, I'm going to try to do a little bit of sailing, but most of it's going to be getting this boat in order to go off and spend some extended time cruising out in the Gulf. So the plans is for this channel, it's going to be an adventure channel. And my plans is in hopes to inspire you to find your own adventure. I'm going to start here locally. I'm raising a daughter by myself. 4 more years, she goes off to college, and the plans is at that point to go on a world tour. Whether it be with this boat or whether it be an upgrade, we'll see when that comes. As you can see right here, this is some footage I'm fixing to roll, us bringing it back from New Orleans to Biloxi. This was about a, I don't know, somewhere around an 18 to 21 hour trip, and it was bad. The bottom of the hull is ate up with barnacles, which is slowing me down about 4 knots from what I should be. And the motor on the back is way too small. It's a short shaft motor, so every time we would catch a wave, that motor would run up out of the water. While we was here the other day, I was trying to sell right here in our local channel here, just not far from my docks, trying to get a feel for the boat, and the motor let me down. Well, I'm going to fix the motor, turn around and sell it, and put that money towards a dinghy and electronic motor to have. And on top of that, we just ordered a brand new Suzuki 9.9 remote control for this thing. It's the ultra long shaft with a 25-inch shaft, made for sailboats. Hopefully it'll get in sometime in the next week and a half, and I'll show you some footage on the next episode of installing that motor and everything. But right now, currently, I got solar panel on the boat. I've got the V-berth cushioned up. Still got to do cushions to the inside of the cabin at the table and the rear berth. That's going to be coming over the next few weeks as money allows. I've been trying to concentrate more on the hull of the boat than livability right now because it ain't ready to live on just yet. I'll show some pictures of the finished product of the solar system and the sonar and the chop plotter that I put on. Unfortunately, I did not have a cameraman, and I had no way of setting a camera up at the time. I tried, and it was a pain in the butt to try to hold a camera in one hand and work with the other hand. But I do got plenty of pictures of the process as I was going through the steps that I will put inside of a little slideshow for y'all. This is not really going to be a how-to channel, but I will show bits and pieces of what I'm doing leading up to when we can set cruise. And the first cruise I'm hoping to be this fall. We're going to sail down there to Perdido Key and go to the Floribama. So amidst of all this chaos, I'm actually finding a whole lot of fun in it. It's a change from what I'm used to, sitting inside the house in front of a computer mostly all day, editing images and editing video and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to the future of Coastal Boy and where we plan to take this. I'm looking forward to the challenges that I got to face. I know there's going to be plenty. Obviously dealing with an old boat. Okay. So I hope all of y'all will start subscribing to the Coastal Boy. Feel free to share. Let your family and friends know that are into saltwater, anything that's salt life, because down here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, we live the real salt life. And I'm going to show y'all everything. We're going to do fishing, we're going to do some crabbing, we're going to do some snorkeling, some diving. We're going to do it all. And we're not only going to do it here. When we start sailing, we're going to do it all over the Gulf of Mexico, down to the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Cuba. We're just gonna go anywhere that we can go with this little thing and see how far we can push ourselves. So let's get this video footage rolling. You're gonna see bits and pieces of videos from different things, from coming back from New Orleans, to a night trip that I did right here with my daughter, to the next morning of cleaning the boat, and then when I got broke down and had to be towed in from a good buddy of mine, Ricky Brown, which happens to be a professional captain of commercial shrimp boats. If you're watching this, Ricky, thank you for the tow, buddy. I owe you big time.
We sailing, baby. Lake Pontchartrain. Well, we are coming up on the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain. It's been a long, slow ride. We originally took the one route that the GPS routed for us. Turns out the bridge was permanently closed for a while. So, we had to turn back around between losing 3 hours at the dock, hour and a half, 2 hours there. We're about 5 hours behind time. We are now coming up on Highway 90, approaching the Wrigley, where we would dump into Lake Borgne. And not far from there, Mississippi line. Winds picked up a lot. Unfortunately, it's out of the southeast. Waves has picked up. It went from slick calm to choppy in New York minutes. We're getting her done. Well, we made it through the Wrigleys. We're now in Lake Borgne. We got one train trestle to pass, and then it's clear sailing after that. We're moving about 4.5 knots, give or take, right now. Sun's setting, as you can see. Becoming a nice evening. We are now entering into Gulfport Channel. We got 13 miles to the house. We have absolutely zero wind. Get ready to dive up under this boat and check this keel out. See y'all in a bit.
right, how you doing?
took a free dive up under the boat to look at the keel, because I don't have an indicator on my winch inside the house to let me know whether it's up or down. All I know, I'm on bottom out on the winch. So I went up under there to check to see if the keel was down. It's all the way down. So we know which way's up and we know which way's down now. And it is ate up with barnacles. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of cooking today here on the sailboat. And I just put my hamburger meat up in here, and right now I'm going to brown it. And what I'm making is a hamburger helper, and going to do some Texas toast to go with that out there on the new grill when I get to that. And right now we're using the new Click to Cook stove from West Marine. Hooked up to propane, but it will run off of either propane or butane if you want to get a butane canister. We had camera malfunctions and I thought it was recording while I was putting all the ingredients in here. Basically what I done was added my water, 3 cups of water, and then I put in my seasoning, and then I dropped in my noodles, and then I added just a little bit of Tony's Chachere's Creole seasoning. I have found over the years that this really makes it taste so much better. If you don't add something, to me it's real bland with just the seasoning that these boxes come with. But I'm going to bring this up to a boil, put a lid over it, and let it simmer for 12 minutes. We'll be back. Alright, we're going on with 2 pieces of Texas toast. See how she does. Alright, let's give this thing a check. See what we got going on here. A little bit longer. Alright, I'm going to say our Texas toast is done. Good on both sides.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Texas toast.
That ain't bad at all.
Turn the
Cool
grill
little
out.
grill, man. All right, let's eat some gourmet hamburger helper and some Texas toast. Why not?
All right, we're gonna sit down and have a meal. This is the first meal on Salem Vessel A Marine. And, first time using the stove, first time using the grill. I have to say I'm pretty impressed. It did its job and did it pretty good. I really like the grill. Heard a lot about Magmas as being one of the best for marine grills, and after using that, I have to say it's true. I like it. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to give this a taste test.
Hot, ain't it?
Whew, hot but good. Try a piece of our bread. Oh yeah, can't go wrong with Texas toast. We got a party going on out here this evening. We're gonna make a beer run here shortly. We're gonna come back and kick back on the boat. We're gonna get the night drunk right here at the Schooner Beer Complex in Biloxi, Mississippi. Toaster Boys. Alright, we're down here on the boat. Wednesday evening. I got my oldest daughter with me. We got some Bob Marley on the tunes, and we're getting ready to fire this boat up and take a night sail over to Deer Island. We're going to turn on our running lights, turn on our mast light, and let's come up out of here. I know y'all can't really see me right now, but as you can see up there, our mast light is on. Our red and green light, port and starboard, which is our running lights, are on. And we got a decent little bit of wind out here. And now we're gonna get this GPS to shut up because this keeps irritating me. So we're gonna go into settings on it, and we're gonna turn the alarms off because we don't need them. We should be good to go. We're gonna get this motor fired up and we're gonna ease up out of this dock, and I'll see y'all here in a little bit. Alright,
I'm out here on the cockpit right now. We ran down the channel. We have an extreme low tide tonight, and I was having some motor issues that I didn't take care of when I brought the boat back from New Orleans. And what I didn't account for was the lid and the air intake lid being on there, so I never adjusted the airflow. So I was bogging down. Well, I had to yank all that off. But in the meantime of trying to yank all that off, the boat drifted into shallow water outside the channel, and I basically got stuck on the ground. So I had to sit here and wait for 2.5 hours for the tide to get me up enough. And what I done, I went on and cranked up my motor, and I seen a shrimp boat coming by. So I waited for that shrimp boat to come by, and with his wakes, he was picking me up just enough where I could open her up and gun her up out of there. Got her up out of there. I come down back east towards Biloxi. I'm in between where my harbor would be at, but just west of my harbor. I'm closer to Biloxi Small Craft Harbor and the Hard Rock Cafe right now. We went on and anchored off and decided we're just going to step outside the channel. Got as close to the beach as I could. I'm in about 6 foot of water now, anchored off. We're going to anchor off for the evening, wait till sunrise in the morning, and then we'll make our trek on out into the sound and go around the island with the high tide. High tide is around 7 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So we're going to sit out here. I got me a little light out here on the cockpit right now. I'm just trying to light up my face a little bit so y'all can see me. And we're going to sit out here. I'm going to drink some beer, maybe some little bit of rum. My daughter's over there playing on the phone. We're going to be chillaxing tonight, baby. So we'll see y'all in the morning. Good night. We're down here cleaning the boat. See, I'm pretty much right up on the beach right now. Beautiful morning for it. So let's get in the water. Woo! Well, that was a pretty intense job. But pulling up in the shallow waters of the beaches was definitely the trick. Saved $250 from hauling it out at the shipyard. Still need to scrape the bottom for barnacles. I got some of the top edges, but under the very bottom, I'm gonna have to go out on the other side of Horn Island and get into some blue clear water where I can see what I'm doing. I've also discovered that my keel is not coming all the way up because of barnacles. So I'm going to definitely have to get out in clear water and get up under there and get that fixed, because I should be able to get into 1.5 feet of water, and right now I'm only able to get to about 4 foot of water. So that's the job for this weekend. I'll show that footage on the very next episode of Coastal Boy. And I think right now, me and my daughter down there, we're going to enjoy a good swim, catch some rays. Right now I'm sitting up here on the bow of my boat, as you can probably tell. I'm just sitting off of Biloxi Beach. Actually, I'm about 15 feet off the beach. I'm sitting in some very shallow water. I got my keel about halfway up, and kind of had a problem. The winch that raises and lowers my keel broke. I dived up under there and checked everything. Turns out, rusted to hell and back. So new winch, new cable is in order for sure. I brought the boat up to get in shallow water so I can clean the outside of it. Got it all cleaned up. The problem is, I didn't pay attention. I wasn't keeping an eye on the ties. I was too busy sitting there trying to clean and shoot video that I lost track of ties. So now I'm kind of stuck because of my keel line that broke and the winch that's all broke. So we're gonna sit here till morning till high tide comes around, I got the boat turned around for when the tide rises I can pull. What I want it doing is running my anchor off out the front, and I dove off in the water, put on my mask and fins, and I took that anchor out about 75 yards and set it myself, and then I ran the line back up, and I'll try to show you what I did here. Back up on the bow, and I ran it all the way back to my back winches that I would usually use to lift my to hoist my sails up. So I used that winch, I threw the motor in drive, forward gear, wide open, and I turned to hard. And it started spinning while I was sitting there winching. So I got the boat around to where I need it. And all we're gonna do now is just sit here, catch some sun rays, and wait for morning tide to rise back up so we can haul ass up out of here and head back to the dock and get this thing back on the dock, get the upper reclaimed, because I done got it pretty filthy coming in and off the boat all day on the ladder.
There's a gully runs down the inside of that island. Trout get right on That's your anchor?
Yeah. Feel like it was holding on anything.
No, it never had set. It just still laying there when you do it. I'm staring behind here. Going back. Will that hold it good?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should.
it should.
Going forward, it'll start folding up in
Right.
itself.
Yeah, that's what
I think it'll make a nice little boat once it gets all the kinks out of it.
It is nice. Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah, it was all shallow through there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was just that keel dragging. The rest of the boat's up out of the water. As long as it's going forward, it don't really hurt nothing. That
Right
one
next
guy,
to that sailboat.
yeah, right next to that biggest slip right there. That other one's kind of is useless.
Yeah.
That one to the left. Yeah.
So that was the footage I got. It's only going to get better from here. So y'all stay tuned. Hit that subscribe, share, please. I can use all the help that I can use right now. We're also going to be getting our Patreon channel started up. So I'll have links down in the description for that if y'all are interested in it. I'm also getting ready to start up the Vimeo channel where y'all can also go over there as the series starts to build. So until next time, remember, drink your ales, hoist your sails. Coastal Boy.